another. It does not affect the alpha. Symptoms of werewolfery. When hunting for a werewolf, it is important to remember that your biggest clues will come through your suspects' personalities. Becoming a werewolf is not transparent, no matter how the victim tries to hide it. The tainted subhuman blood greatly alters the subject's own mind and personality, even physical appearance. Therefore, look for symptoms in your human suspects that include increasing violence, increasing aggression, unprovoked rages, insomnia, restlessness, and other bizarre behavior. Unfortunately, over time, these symptoms can be brought under control, so do not rely upon them exclusively. A good example of this comes from a case reported by the ancient priesthood society Manos del Sol of Brazil. A rash of werewolf killings there was tracked to a high-ranking officer in the army. The society became aware of the man mainly through rumors of his violent behavior and changed personality. The case was successfully resolved with a man's capture. Manos del Sol, men of the sun? I wonder if they're like Schottenjägers, only Brazilian. March 4th, 1864. To King Ludwig II, most gracious ruler of all Bavaria. I beg your forgiveness for my forthrightness in this letter, but I fear terribly for your Majesty's safety and thus have no time for subtlety. I have heard that the one they call the Black Wolf is close to your Highness. I have been investigating this man for reasons I cannot name at present, and I have learned that he is extremely dangerous and can only have the most dire of motives at heart in anything he pursues. I beg your Highness only this. Please do not see this man alone, nor even with your servants only to guard you. I promise you, all will be made clear very shortly when my investigation is complete. For now, only keep yourself safe. Your most grateful servant, Christian von Ritter, Schloss Ritter, Rittersburg, Bavaria. Bert Barkley knows more about history than I ever will. Especially at this rate.
Hello?
Professor Barkley, this is Grace Nakamura. I'm calling from Germany.
Germany? I thought you were in New Orleans.
I was, but anyway, it's rather important or I wouldn't have bothered you. Do you know anything about King Ludwig II of Bavaria?
Well, that's a hell of a thing to ask a man in the middle of the night. Late 1800s, right?
Yes.
This isn't really my field, but I think he was crazy or something.
I wish I knew. Do you know anyone who specializes in German history?
Yeah, I have a friend at the University of Berlin. I'll ring him. What's your number there?
It's 4989-555-7878.
Okay, I'll call you back if I remember this conversation in the morning anyway.
Great. Sorry again. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Hard at work night?
I thought Gabriel said this place was stripped. Guess Gerda's been busy shopping with the new Ritter fortune.
hello again. Did you need something else?
Remember that werewolf trial I'd asked you about? I have a date now. April 1750.
Excellent. Let me go look. I heard of this case when I was a boy, but I always thought it was just a scary tale. I never thought to look in the archives. It was there, all right. What did you want to know?
Why did they bring the wolf to Rittersburg? I know the Schottenjäger lived here, but why didn't he just...
Kill it where he found it? I don't know. Let's see. Ah, yes. They wanted to know what man it was, who it was.
They brought it here so it would change back?
Yes, exactly.
What happened to the alleged werewolf?
He was interrogated for 2 days. He confessed his guilt. The trial took place on the 3rd day, and he was sentenced to death by quartering and the stake. He was given a final meal. He asked to see a confessor, and this was granted. He died at dawn the following day.
They pulled off his limbs and burned him?
Don't think harshly of us, miss. That was a long time ago.
Where was the werewolf kept while it was here?
The dungeon. There's a dungeon in the rat house basement. We don't use it anymore, of course. Haven't for many years.
Did it change back?
That's what it says. They put the wolf in a cell, and the next morning they found a man in there. A laborer from out of town identified him as Baron von Raleigh from Alfing.
Why did they want to find out who the werewolf was?
I would guess... Yes. It says here that a group of villagers were sent to the werewolf's hometown once they learned its human identity.
Why? They thought there were more of them there?
In those days, the family of the identified werewolf would be in great danger. Many believed such curses were handed down through the bloodline. Was there anything else?
I suppose not. Unless... Is there any way I could see the dungeon?
It would be my pleasure.